Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today we're going to jump back and catch up the cigar we didn't do in the new line from Ventura Cigars and the Archetype line. This of the Master and the Pupil. This is the Master, 6x52, and you can see that there's plenty of hologram things going on the band. There is the density. Has a pretty good feel in the hand. Now, unlike the Pupil, which got a very good score and rating, and I was really impressed with that cigar, this is all Nicaraguan. And of course, the one thing that got my attention when I was looking at reviewing these cigars is that Joya de Nicaragua made them. So aside from that general information and what you saw in the lead-in, that ought to get us to where we're ready to start. So let's get right to it. The new Ventura Cigar Company Archetype Master. All right, this nice holographic band at the foot has to come off. There is a beginning point. Here it is. There we go. We'll look at that later. We've seen it already once on the other cigar. Now, I assume that's Sigmund Freud. This is based on the works of Sigmund Freud and Karl Jung. I hope it's Jung, J-U-N-G. At any rate, I think I might have assumed that this was a Maduro a week or so ago when I said I was going to do this cigar. It is not. It is not labeled as such. It's just called Nicaraguan, but it is very dark. Who doesn't like that sound? Play it back, play it back, play it back. Sounds good. You know? Okay, pretty good draw. It has just a little bit of firmness to it, but that's okay. It's not enough to hurt anything. Very odd start. You've got a little bit of a citrus note, almost like a sweet grapefruit. Not any bitterness, but sweet grapefruit. But you do have a very sour, oily nutmeg mixed right with it. A very earthy black coffee, very earthy. What appears to be even light leather in the mixed. Very strange flavors here, but that's how you start, and we'll have to see what happens. There's a lot of rough, darker notes, not much sweetness. That nutmeg that's directly attached to that citrus, light flavor, grapefruit, citrus, whatever, is really odd. It's both sour and oily. That's the taste you get. What it is. Let's see what we have in the first third. First third. Luckily, by this point, actually within a half inch or so of the initial assessment, that extreme sour, oily nutmeg did tone down some. But the cigar is very different. It's sort of a cross between a cedar and a grapefruit citrus, a little bit of brown sugar now, an overwhelming amount of an earthy nutmeg. Still has some of that Well, the leather. Never mind what I was about to say. Earthy nutmeg, a lot of leather, and that's a dry leather too, and a lot of earthy black coffee. This has a lot of earthy tones, not a lot of sweetness. You're going to think medium to full body. Finish is nutmeg, big surprise. And just a few dusting, a little dusting of brown sugar, but mostly it's nutmeg and actually some leather. Decent lingering black pepper. Black pepper in this cigar, I didn't even mention that initially, is around 6. It's not a lot. Not a lot at all. I'm going to score this optimistically, hoping it changes somewhat for the better, but I'm right on the line. It's not hitting my cylinder. 89, first third, 89. And, right now, I can honestly say the pupil has won this battle. I don't see this coming back to hitting what the pupil did, which was what, 93? Yeah. No. 94. No. No. And that was a Connecticut too. And I'm not a Connecticut guy. I'm all about this one. You see this? This is called scratching your head because you can't figure this stuff out because I can nail down the flavors, but I can't figure out why they blended it this way. When the pupil was one way, this is so far at the other end of the spectrum. It's like Biden and Trump. Whoa. All right. Anyway, 89, first third. Calm down. Calm down. Let's see what the second third brings. Well, we're here at about the second third, finished with the second third. This is the tale of two entirely different animals. Now you have hints of cedar, hints of brown sugar, which you really just got to catch going by in the wind. A lot of nutmeg, a lot of leather, and a lot of earthy black coffee. The finish is actually unchanged from what it was last segment. Medium to full. This is just such a different animal from the pupil. And I'm trying to describe the flavors, but I can tell you right now, it's not anything that I gravitate toward. The flavors are such that the second third, I'm scoring at 86. There is not much there. Now, they blended it this way for a reason. Somebody out there, maybe a lot of you, will like this cigar, but it is nothing. If you like this cigar, I can tell you now, our tastes do not align. But you don't have to like everything I like. The thing is, I'm trying to describe the flavors, and I think I'm doing that accurately, but they're just not for me. So we're going to struggle through the last third to see if there's any semblance of positivity left. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Really nothing changed. It's still, if anything, there was a less of a cedar note. It went from that. Remember how it started? Like grapefruit citrus, low sweetness cedar, and now it's hardly anything of any sort, maybe low cedar. The leather and the black coffee are pretty much your predominant flavors, and they're pretty much evenly distributed. And the nutmeg is a little less, and then the whatever's left, if not much, could be considered cedar. But as I say with all cigars, if this sounds like something that you would like, give it a try. It's not my thing, and I can't believe these cigars from in the same genre, Pupil, Master, are so different. They could not be more different. I sort of went back and forth with this, but the final third I'm gonna rate 85. It's just not hitting on much of a cylinder with me. So that will give you an overall score of 86.67. That's my take. So that'll do it. The new Ventura Cigar Company Archetype Master, 86.67.